Today we started work with this McLaren GT. It's still being worked on by our body shop. The car was repainted and a lot of work is being done to the body of the car, but we already managed to make a base run of this car on our dyno. In stock form we got 640 horsepower, and we already installed our Multimap tune on top. It's like a base tune that we can start with. It has live tuning and data logging enabled to see all the changes that are being made and to be able to make changes in real time and test them. So unfortunately today we had just like 1 hour time on the dyno, already getting some good results in low RPM. The gains are over 150 horsepower. Up top, we are still being limited by some additional modifications that we need to complete. But hopefully tomorrow we will have enough time to finalize this car, finalize the Multimap tune to be able to switch between different power levels and additional options like pops and banks and advanced cooling, wallet mode, safety, and etc. Right now at the dyno is our other project, it's McLaren 765. That's a stage 3 car, and we plan to finalize it today. We already made a few base runs a few days ago, just to make sure that we don't have any fluid leaks or any other mechanical issues. The car put down 865 horsepower. Of course, that's not much, and those are the power figures that we could have achieved at stage 1 or stage 2 tune, but it's a solid baseline that we can work with, and hopefully today we will be able to show the final results and get some good numbers on pump fuel and E85. So the plan is to have 2 pump maps for maximum safety, just if the client needs to drive on bad fuel and doesn't need all the power output, and 2 additional maps will be like full race mode, 1 on pump fuel and 1 on E85 mix. And of course we'll work on the flame map because everybody wants flames nowadays, so we'll try to do some crazy flames to have fun with this car. So finally it's time to wrap out our McLaren project. It's McLaren 765LT, and the car was completely rebuilt for the client, and we tried to make it like a really special car. So overall, we have done a full swap of all body panels to carbon fiber. So the car now is full carbon now, inside out. You know, the monocoque is already carbon. Now the whole outside shell is also carbon fiber. So it looks amazing. But to match the looks, we had to revise the mechanical part to make sure that it's safe and it actually produces nice power to match the really nice looks. What we have done is install several hardware components that would make the setup safe, because we want this setup to run for a long time without any issues. We still have the stock engine, so the engine internals are stock pistons, stock rods, everything. We upgraded the fueling system with new injectors. All 16 of them are swapped. We have updated the intake system to make sure that we have enough airflow for bigger power. We have installed downpipes and full exhaust to make sure that the car sounds good, and it actually does. Of course, to have more airflow and to be able to push more power, we installed the upgraded turbochargers to make sure that we can actually push the car to where we want it to be. Okay, so talking about inlets, since we already have them installed and can't show you them in all their glory, we unpacked another set that we have for our other project, just to show you how good they look. I mean, they're just amazing. That's like a CNC machine part that is welded together from two pieces. It just looks good. You want to hug it. It's just an amazing part, and I think that anything that you install on a car should make you feel proud that you have high quality parts that look amazing. It's just nice to touch, it's nice to install, and it makes you feel good that you have the best components used on your car. So the exhaust is also from Red Star. It has this beautiful golden heat shielding, just looks amazing. I mean, you can't see too much of it once all the external and heat shields are installed, but still it just looks like work of art. It's full free flow exhaust and just looks good. The only downside of installing this exhaust is that it's a bit more heavy, but it's stainless steel. So under heat stress, we don't run the risk of it being damaged, because as you know, titanium sometimes it just cracks because titanium doesn't handle heat cycles too well, but stainless steel handles it really good. With this McLaren GT, we have just completed a full stage 1 tune with additional option of pops and banks, but the best feature is that we implemented full multi-map switching. So at your fingertips, you have 4 different maps. First is stock power map, second 98 octane stage 1 map, and map 3 is the stage 1 map with additional pops and banks. So you can select each mode independently. It takes less than a second to select a different map, so you're not limited to any specific power level, or if you want to drive without pops, you can easily do it. So the good thing is you can have a really quiet daily car, or if you want to have a bit more fun, it's easy to select the more aggressive map with additional options. So I'll show you how it works. Yeah, for example, you get on the car and you wish to select map 1. So when you need to select maps, it's quite easy. You use the cruise control stock, you go into map select mode, and now it's map 1, map 2, map 3, map 4. So you select map 2, for example, see, it's active. Just to show you the difference, on map 3, map 2 and map 3 is basically the same, but map 3 has additional pops and banks. So for example, we go map 2, shouldn't have any pops. This is with closed valves, so car is very quiet. We go into active mode to open the flaps. So the exhaust sounds amazing, but no pops. But if you want to have pops, very easy. Go to map slot 3 and immediately yeah, so basically you have everything at your fingertips, and as I showed you, it takes less than a second to select the map that you want to use. So for example, if you want to drive with comfort, keep it quiet, we select map 1, that's it, flaps closed, so we do not select any drive modes, and we go into drive. Car is very quiet. I'll show you how easy it is to select a different map, just once we have a bit of an open road. So you can even do it on the fly. So this is the fun part of it. So at any point in time, you can change the map, and it's really fast. For example, we pull up to some place and a guy wants to race with you. So for example, I'm even moving now, so the car is moving, and you do like this, map 3. That's it. This is how long it takes to switch a map. And of course, we can tune the car with any extra options for any race fuel, E85, have any other extra options like anti-lag, fire, or whatever you want. So it's all available at your fingertips, and you see how easy it is to switch the maps. As you know, it's quite hard to get really big numbers on this car safely without rebuilding the engine, because it's rear-wheel drive and there is a limit to internal components, like how much torque they can safely handle. And a lot of times you can see that those engines have some issues down the road because they're tuned incorrectly. So basically, people try to push as much torque, as much power as possible, just for the sake of getting good numbers. So I'm not sure if you can see the dyno plot on my screen. The idea was to put less stress on engine components, because as I said, the car is rear-wheel drive, we still cannot use too much torque anyway. What we have done is made the Multimap tune. It's quite popular now because it gives you the flexibility to actually have different power levels and different options inside one car that can be swapped really fast just by using the cruise control stock. Basically, it takes about like few seconds. And of course, we added a few fun options like flames. So the idea was for this multi-map to make sure that the car can run as a daily car, and for a daily map we have 850 horsepower, so it's basically like a stage 1 tune for a fully stock McLaren. Map 2 is still 850 horsepower, but with some additional fun options like pops and bangs when you decelerate, so the car makes some extra sounds, and overall it's just nicer to drive, but it's still a daily tune you can push all day long. And there are two maps which we consider, like one of them is full power, when you are sure that the fuel is good, so it's tuned for really good 98 or 100 octane fuel. This is where we get 950 horsepower, and it's still absolutely daily drivable, just needs a bit better gasoline. But overall, if you're not sure, you can always switch back to lower power. And we have a race tune when you need to show off like all the capabilities of this car, and it's tuned around E40 E30 mix. So that's a mix of ethanol, like 30 to 40% mix of ethanol. We didn't run full ethanol. Of course, we could have pushed the car a lot more, but that wouldn't be safe for the stock internals. So on our race map, we managed to get, I'll tell you exactly, 1082 horsepower. It was in really hot ambient temps, so on the dynos that day it was almost 40 degrees, and you know that McLarens suffer a lot of heat soak, especially when they are run on the dyno for a long time. So we had to come up with crazy designs for the fans. You probably saw it on the video when we tried to cool down the car and engine compartment as much as possible. So as I said, we got 882 horsepower. Realistically, in colder weather, it would be like more than 1100. This is why we call it 1100 map. And of course, we installed a limited map for those times when you need to give the car to a driver, or just really need to limit the power output of the car. It produces about 400 HP, so it's quite safe to drive even if you're novice and you cannot abuse the power of the car. So basically that's 5 different maps available in one car that you can switch on the fly. It takes like about a second to do. And of course, as everybody wants it nowadays, like flames. So this car has flames if you want under deceleration. We have done it in a safe way, because you've seen cars shooting flames for like 10, 15, 20 seconds straight. That's extremely bad. It's not safe for the engine, it's not safe for the exhaust. We're not playing games with this car. We really wanted to drive for a long time. We wanted to be reliable. We wanted to be capable of going on a track or doing some long commutes on Autobahn. So we want to keep it safe. So we implemented all the safety mechanisms inside the tune. So it will not let you actually overheat the turbochargers. It will not let you overheat the exhaust valves. So you have a chance to have some fun with the car, to shoot some flames. It's cool, but we keep it safe. And in my opinion, it's quite important to do it in such a way. Also, we implemented rolling anti-lag. I wouldn't say that it's something that you would need on everyday basis, but it's also part of the show. So when you're rolling and you want to have a rolling start with some other car, your competitor, you can actually build boost while driving and then have like full launch capability from rolling start. So of course it produces flames, sounds, and overall just looks cool. So that's also implemented into the tune. So the way I think that this car is, it turned out really well because it looks nice. It is built with the proper components that have room to grow. If the client thinks that he wants more power, we can rebuild the engine with forged components and push it basically to 1,300, 1,000, maybe even 500 territory. And the way it's built now, it's safe, reliable, has plenty of safeties and all the features that you would ever want from your McLaren. So if you ever want to have a similar build, you know who to ask.